It is File Folder Friday. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, today we have an absolutely super project that we're going to make using one file folder. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, everyone. I am so glad that y'all are here on this File Folder Friday because I think you're really going to enjoy it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've been with me for any amount of time, welcome back. I am so glad that you personally are choosing to be with me today. Now, if you've seen the Walmart video, you know that I purchased these beautiful file folders at Walmart. If you haven't seen that video, I'll have it linked in the description box below. But there were 3 different colors in the pack, and there were 9 total in the pack for under $5. That is a phenomenal deal. And most of you who've been with me a while know that I've been crafting with file folders for as long as I've been on YouTube. And today we're going to combine our file folders with a love of something else we have on the channel. We love notebooks. And I am going to show you how to take a file folder and make this beautiful spiral notebook all from scratch. And even if you don't have one of the cinch machines, you'll be able to make this as well. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera because I want you guys to definitely see this up close. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. Before we jump into today's project, I want to give you a heads up. I have a phenomenal craft coming up using the half composition book. It is going to be the next video. So make sure you come back tomorrow because you're not going to believe what happens with this. But for now, let's have a look at what we're making with a file folder. All right, y'all, so here's the file folder that we'll be working with today. Most of you know that on my channel, if it's made from paper, or even if it's not made from paper, it is fair game in paper crafting. And file folders, especially the beautiful decorative file folders that are on the market today, are truly something that I enjoy crafting with in paper crafting. So here is what we're going to be making today. We're going to be making a 5x8 spiral notebook using a file folder. And so from one file folder, you'll be able to make 2 notebooks. Now you talk about some economical upscale paper crafting. That's what we're doing today. So all I did was mounted a piece of ephemera to some gold back paper, and I placed it on top, giving it that nice little boutique look that you would find in one of your local stores. Then when you open it, I'm not sure if you guys can see this or not, but we have 3 different sizes of paper on the inside. I decided to graduate my sizes because I wanted us to have a little bit of variety, and I wanted to share with you an alternative process so that when you're making your notebooks, they aren't always the same size. Within one notebook, you can have 3 different sizes. So when finished, we have a notebook that measures 5.5 by 8, but on the inside, we have 3 different sizes of paper to write on. We have a size that is 5.5 by 5.5. Then we have our 5.5 by 6.5. And then we have our 5.5 by 7.5. So I'll definitely keep saying it. Giftable, keepable, sellable. That's what we do on this channel. Look at how gorgeous this is. I'm sure my sister's going to claim it, but even if she didn't, I'd probably give it to her anyway. So here is what I'll be using on today's project. I am going to be using some wire nips, and they're needle nosed in the front, but you have a slot in them to be able to cut through some wire. I have some coils, and I'll have these linked in the description box below. I have a piece of ephemera as well as this gold piece of scrap. And then we have our file folder. Now I have already cut down a stack of papers that we'll be using in this particular spiral notebook, but I will walk you through the process for the paper sizes you'll need, as well as how to get your whole alignment. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work with this file folder. So I'm going to take the file folder and I'm going to trim off this way, fold it at 8 1/4. Then with it still folded, we're going to flip it over to the folded end and we're going to trim this down to 8. So we're separating our file folder. So now we have 2 pieces that are 11.5 by 8, but now we're going to take them and we're going to trim them down to 11 by 8. And we'll have this little bit of scrap left over. So now we can take these and just cut them in half at 5.5 by 8. And now we have 4 pieces front and back, which means that we can make 2 of our beautiful spiral notebooks. So we're only going to work with 1. So this is 5.5, and my papers are 5.5 inches wide. So when you're cutting your papers, y'all, it is totally up to you how many papers you actually cut for your project. I'm not going to give you a number of how many sheets you can put in your project. That is going to be up to you. That'll be determined by the paper thickness that you use and the number of sheets you decide you want to put in yours. But I am using 5.5 by 5.5, 5.5 by 6.5, and 5.5 by 7.5. So these are the paper sizes that I'm starting with. And then my covers are 5.5 by 8. And the way that I'm going to punch my hole is I am going to use this little KW Trio hole punch. And it punches 6 holes at once. And some of you have seen me use this hole punch before. And what I found for me is that I just play around with positioning my paper on the inside until I get what I think is the best placement look for me. So the way that this works is we have some red dots on the side, and you can push those in and you can push them out. Then you're going to have some measurements here on the side. I'm not really following these much because I play around with the placement on my paper until I get hole punches that match what I want. So what I found right here, and you can actually remove these, and it's going to be easy for me to show you what I mean. So what I found is that when I place my paper in and I place it to the edge of the metal, that is how I got the best hole placements for a piece that was 5.5 inches wide. Now I'm going to put this back in because I do need to be able to use it. So I have put it back in. I am going to take a piece of my 5.5 inch paper, and what I'm doing, hopefully you'll be able to see this, is I have it pressed against the edge of this. So where this starts, this is where I have my paper touching. I don't have it on top of this piece. I have it right at the edge where the plastic part here actually starts. So I'm going to slide my paper over, and hopefully you'll be able to see what I mean. So I'm sliding it over and I'm stopping when it hits this removable piece here. So I'm stopping right there. And then with it right there, I punch. And you're going to get 6 punched holes. And the way that it works is every time you're ready to start punching another hole, you always start 2 holes back. So now I'm going to punch and raise that red dot because I want to go 2 holes back and put that hole on top of the red dot like that. And then once we have it on top, I'm making sure that it's nice and straight in the back, and we punch again. So now you can see that I have more holes. Again, if I need to place another hole, I'm going to go 2 holes back, position that over the red dot like this, make sure everything is aligned, and punch like that. So that is what I did with my papers. And y'all, what I found is that that worked best for me. But you might have to play around with, how do I put my paper in? Do I need to slide it over a little bit more? Because this end is not as even as this end. It's going to come down to you and how you want it to look. So again, I've punched a whole stack. There is that second punch. I'll place it on top of the red dot, and then I'll maneuver it so that the back is aligned with the stop on this, and we punch. Second hole back is right there. We place it on the dot, and we punch. And that is how we get our holes. So now I'm going to take my little notebook here and do the exact same thing. My placement is going to be the same as it was. So I'm pressing it against this piece where this piece starts. And I'll punch. And there are my holes. Now I'm going to go 2 holes back. Place the second hole back on the red dot and punch. And then I'll do the same thing here. I'll go 2 holes back. Place that on top of the red dot. And punch. And now I have my holes in the cover. Now I need to punch the holes in the back. And the way that you do it, the cover is face up. The back is the white side up. So I'm going to place this in and punch. Go back 2 holes. Put it over the red dot and punch. Same thing here. Go back 2 holes. Put that over the red dot and punch. So now these two should be nice and aligned, and as you can see, they are. I'm going to bring in my stack of papers. We'll put them together like this. Now I'm going to bring in my metal spiral coil. Guys, if you can't find these coils, they have some plastic ones out there. There are a whole bunch of different coils. You'll just have to spend some time looking. If you click on these that I have in my Amazon storefront, and if they happen to be sold out at the time that you look for them, just read the description of what this product is and then look for something comparable on Amazon or on Google. Now we're going to take the coil, and y'all, this is really going to be very easy. We're going to take that coil, feed it through the first hole, and then we just start spiraling it through. Can y'all believe that we can make our own spiral notebooks to fit any mood that we might have? So now we're at the last one. So I'm going to take this piece here, take my wire nips, we're just going to take this piece, grab it, and just twist it a little bit so that it's not really a poking thread. So then on this end, we just go to the back. I'm just going to spread that a little bit. We just go to the back and we nip. Then I'm going to take this piece with the needle nose part of the pliers, and I am just going to bend that so that that does not poke anyone as well. And so now we have our sweet little spiral notebook with graduated paper sizes on the inside. Let's go ahead and decorate the outside very simply. So I'm going to take this piece that says follow your heart. We are going to add some tape to the back. Then I'll take this piece and I'm just going to add some gold backer to it. Put this in my trimmer and trim. Now I'll take my tape, add some more tape to the back of this. We'll take this piece, put it on like this, and y'all, this rivals anything that you would go into the store and buy. But what makes this so special is that we decided how we wanted it to look inside and out, and we used a file folder. So there were 9 file folders in that pack, and that works out to about 55 cents a file folder. but we're taking each file folder and getting 2 items from it. So we're really spending about 27 cents on the cover, front and back. Then pennies on this, pennies on that copier paper, because you can get that dirt cheap right now. And the spirals are not that expensive, and I believe there were 100 in a box. We're making our own custom spiral notebook for not even close to $1 that you're custom creating to fit how you want it to look. And it all starts with the file folder, and we're able to do it so easily with this little gadget here. This will be linked in the description box below. I know a lot of you have already ordered it, and I know the last time that I showed it, it sold out in this blue, but there were plenty of others out there. So even if they don't have the blue, check out some of the other colors that they do have. But y'all, I know I say this a lot, but I absolutely love these. They are so easy to make and so doggone upscale looking on the cheap. That is what we do. So if you're planning Christmas gifts and your budget is tight, this is the type of crafting that you might want to be doing, because if you know someone who loves note taking, why not grab some decorative file folders, some copier paper, and create something like this. So I hope that you have enjoyed this super awesome way that we can take a file folder and turn it into a spiral notebook. If you have enjoyed this video, and you'll know that I hope you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, my door is always open and you are always welcome. So hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. And don't forget to watch the next video, which comes out tomorrow. It is going to amaze you what we do next with this. So as always, my friends, y'all please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.